Well, it was another week, another blowout win for Clay Chalkville as they go right down the road to Center Point and destroy them 56-0. Rob, a game that was over by halftime, and Clay jumped out to a 28-0 lead, and just total domination again.
Yeah, it sounds like they needed to implement the mercy rule in this one if there ever was one in high school football. A tough one for me because, you know, being a graduate of Irwin High School and you know, Clay Chalkville was my senior year, their first year of existence. Those kids were all ninth graders, so to see just the strides they've made in their program has really been fantastic to watch from afar.
Well, some stats from this one. Clay had 300 yards of total offense by halftime. They did not have an incomplete pass the entire game. That's got to bug you as an old defensive back. They wind up with 276 yards rushing from, I like this number, 12 different rushers.
Well, what I would say is that can we get the Auburn coaching staff to get down here and start looking at these, maybe this quarterback and get him some letters in the mail and start recruiting kids like this. But no, I mean, what can you say? I mean, they go in, it's their total dominance over an outmatched Center Point team, and you know, we all expect big things from Clay Chalkville throughout the rest of the season.
Well, we've been talking about this on this show all season long. Clay's one of the best teams in the state. After Hoover's lost to Spain Park the other night, can they stake claim to possibly the best team in the state right now?
You know, I don't know. I mean, it's a difficult question. There's a lot of teams out there that play good football, and you know, any given night, you know, a team like Hoover can rise up and beat anyone. And Clay has proven that they can play with everyone as well. But you know, I'm really not in a position to be able to answer that. But I would say that Clay should certainly be up there in the consideration for that.
Clay's going to host Shades Valley this week, who came very close to knocking off Gardendale in a region game. Shades Valley rebuilding a little bit with a new coaching staff and some of the old Hewitt-Trussville coaching staff actually on that team. Your thoughts on Clay and Shades Valley?
Well, I think that it's probably going to look a lot like Clay and Center Point, to be honest with you. I mean, if they're a team that's in a rebuilding mode, this isn't the opponent that you want to play. And so, you know, it's always good to use a team like Clay as a measuring stick, as a barometer to see where you're at as a program. But sometimes that's humbling, and I would expect that to be a humbling night for Shades Valley.
I want to talk for just a moment about a former Clay Chalkville player, Hayden Moore, who's now playing for your old coach, Tommy Tuberville, at Cincinnati. He comes in relief a couple weeks ago against Memphis. All he does is throw for 557 yards, leads his team to victory this past Thursday night against Miami. You got to watch him play. Your thoughts on him and just how that kid gets away from the state of Alabama?
Yeah, you know, this is something that frustrates me because you look at a kid like that, and he's homegrown. He's got two schools here that you know, could use him. I mean, obviously, Alabama and Auburn both struggle at quarterback. This conference in general has very poor quarterback play in the SEC this year. And the kid's a winner. I mean, he won state championship at Clay. I just think that college coaches put so much emphasis on this 7-on-7, these camps, these elite camps that they go to, things that don't take place on the football field when guys can actually come at you when the bullets are flying. And, you know, I love it. I mean, I've sat there and told my wife, Dana, the last 2 weeks I've seen him play, you know, this is just, it's unbelievable that this kid got away because he could be making Alabama and Auburn both much better football teams this year.
All right, when we come back, we're going to have your weather forecast for Friday night's games, and we're going to talk about Pinson Valley and their unexpectedly close victory over Huffman. We'll be back.